Hello, Periscope. I get some viewers. Wait a second. Here we go. So I am headed to the Million Man March at like 4 this morning. Um, and to be honest, I did have to do my research and kind of get some information and just get an idea of what the tone is going to be for this year's rally. So this year's rally, well, first let me explain for those of you that don't know what the Million Man March is or aren't from America. So 20 years ago, Minister Louis Farrakhan called for 1 million men to meet on the steps of Washington, our nation's capital, and just bring a call to action for the economic and political issues that black men face in America. Because they do. They face a lot here in America. Um, Now, the rally was back in 1995, October 16th, 1995. So this is going to be the 20-year anniversary of the rally. And 1 million men showed up to the Capitol. There's been debates about the exact number, and they try to do an estimate, but I'm going to say 1 million. I'm going to say 1 million. But the rally went well. It was very peaceful, but there's been a lot of just stigma surrounding the rally this year, and people are wondering about the security of the rally and what will happen. And even Minister Farrakhan has been accused of inciting violence against Caucasians and peace officers. So I don't know, but the thing that got to me is this year's rally is entitled Justice or Else. So, we're saying the rally is going to be peaceful, but the title itself, if it weighs anything, it's nothing personal. But now, my next post is going to be on the Million Man March, and I'm actually going to include this video that I saw of Minister Louis Farrakhan on the Rock Newman show. And it was a really good interview. He spoke about the march. You can have a lot more insight by watching the video. But just go listen to it. And then we can be on the same page. But there was a lot of stuff, a lot of points that Minister Farrakhan made that I just completely agreed with him on. He mentioned that black lives are devalued in America. That's true. Black lives are devalued. He mentioned how if you allow fear to stop you from standing up for what you believe in, like he spoke on that. Like I completely agree with him on that. He also said that, he wanted to call out the president on not addressing the police more often when we have these violent crimes and shootings in America. And most of the time, they're inflicted by our police officers. Like, there's no retaliation, there's nothing said. So, he brought that out as well. And, I agree with him on all these things. But there was one particular part where Rock Newman allowed one of his Facebook followers to, ask questions to Minister Farrakhan. And I just wanted to touch on one of the questions that one of Rock Newman's Facebook followers asked Minister Farrakhan. That sounded like a lot, but so this is one of the questions that, and you're going to see it on the video, as I mentioned. But the question was, and this was read out aloud by Rock Newman to Minister Farrakhan. You have an upcoming rally in Washington, D.C. entitled Justice or Else. My question is it naive to ask an evil empire for justice? And if not, how do you define justice? And what is the or else? So it was like a three-part question, not a two-part question. But so the second part, Minister Farrakhan addressed the or else. So what he did first was he gave examples from the Bible. He went back and went to like the story of Moses and talked about how, he went to Pharaoh and asked for the people to be let go. And he used that to use the example of saying whenever a nation is seeking justice, God will intervene and, there'll be like, justice sought out. So he used that example, and okay, I'm just going to get to the next part because then you'll see what I'm saying. But so he said that it'll be on God's terms. The or else will be on God's terms, and that's what will happen in this time. Then he also went on to say that another or else will be economic withdrawal. And from that economic withdrawal, we're going to redistribute the pain that we're feeling put on us. The second part, I understood where he was coming from when he was saying it's on God's terms. But how in the same sentence can you say that we're going to redistribute the pain when if it's on God's terms, it's not up to us to redistribute that pain? And, just going back to the story of Moses, after he went to Pharaoh to ask for the people to be set free, God retaliated. God redistributed everything. He sought out justice for his people. The only job for the people was to obey. So it's just something small, but makes a big difference, spiritual, nothing personal. But just reflecting back on that first part of the statement, and he talked about justice, and you can see his full answer on the video. That'll be on my blog, nothingpersonal.com. But the thing about it is, when speaking he's always speaking about America and our government and how these injustices are coming from our government. But what he didn't speak about, and what's really crucial for us to understand, is the complexity of the times that we're in call for us to think about things on a deeper level. So it's not just these bodies, it's not just the government, it's not just politicians, it's not just America that are causing all these injustices to happen. These injustices have been instilled for centuries in the tone of our culture, and what you have to understand is that now in these times, it's a spiritual battle that we fight. Like, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, so we need to be reacting to these injustices spiritually. And, I know we're seeking justice or else for this year's rally, but I really think we need to be seeking truth or else, because that's what we're lacking. That's what they're not giving us, the truth. And I feel like that's what we need to be seeking from everything, from every time that we get together or rally or march or make a stand for justice. We need to be seeking truth, and we need to be fighting this battle on a spiritual level. So that's all I had to say about that. Just remember, it's all spiritual, nothing personal. I'm going to be at the rally. I'm leaving tonight, and I will probably get there mid-afternoon tomorrow. So I'm going to give you live coverage from Washington, D.C. of everything that's going on at the rally. So continue to watch my post. And if you're here, say hi, send some hearts. See anybody join? We'll see. So just follow along. I'm gonna just keep you updated with the whole trip and everything that's going on. But that is just my little view on the march and this year's rally, justice or else, or truth or else. And that's it, nothing personal. Go check out my blog so that you can watch the video for yourself and know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. nothing-personal.com.